What does a woman's first night alone in an empty house sound like after she's lost everything? For Naomi, it was deafening silence. The markets of Bethlehem had fallen quiet. Neighbors who'd gathered earlier, whispering, "Is this Naomi?" with shocked expressions, had returned to their homes. Their warm hearths and families stood in stark contrast to Naomi's cold, abandoned dwelling. 10 years had weathered the mud brick walls. Cobwebs draped corners like mourning veils. A thin layer of dust covered everything. The sleeping mat, the clay pot, the small wooden stool her husband Elimelech had carved. Naomi ran her fingers across the doorframe where they'd once marked their son's heights, Mahlon, Chilion, both gone. Her chest tightened as she touched the faded markings. Outside, Ruth slept in the small courtyard, exhausted from their journey from Moab, the Moabite daughter-in-law who refused to leave her side. Naomi sank onto the floor, her bones aching from the journey and from grief that had become her constant companion. "I went away full," she whispered to the emptiness, "and the Lord has brought me back empty." Something caught her eye, a small clay figurine, partially buried in the packed earth floor. She dug it out with trembling fingers, a small fertility goddess from their time in Moab, one she'd hidden from her husband, a secret talisman when prayers to Yahweh seemed unanswered. Shame and anger collided in her chest. Had divided loyalty cursed her? Had the God of Israel punished her wavering faith? She clutched the figurine until her knuckles whitened, then suddenly hurled it against the wall, where it shattered. The sound woke Ruth, who appeared in the doorway, concerned. "Go back to sleep," Naomi said, softer than intended. Instead, Ruth knelt beside her, wordlessly gathering the broken pieces. "Leave them," Naomi whispered. Ruth placed the fragments in Naomi's palm. "Tomorrow we rebuild," she said simply. Something shifted in Naomi's heart, not healing yet, but a hairline crack in her bitterness, letting in the faintest glimmer of light. Perhaps emptiness wasn't God's punishment, but a hollow space waiting to be filled differently than before.